Greetings to all of those who have joined us online tonight. We'll get started here in just a minute or two. And here we go.
All right, good evening. We're about 2 minutes behind schedule, but at 7:02 we'll go ahead and get started. We'll first start with a message or a note from Aaron about dues payments.
Yeah, I guess I'll put the camera on myself for a minute. Guys, the invoices for the 2017 dues went out today. They went out by noon today. If you did not receive one and you are expecting to receive one, that means I probably have your email address incorrect in our accounting system. So shoot me an email and let me know that you did not receive an invoice. They had a due date listed of today. That was simply because I put due on receipt rather than setting a specific due date on it. If QuickBooks starts shooting nasty grams at you saying you are now past due, don't flip out. However, if we do go 30 days and I haven't heard from you, then we're going to have an issue. Again, the dues have been reduced significantly, especially for those of you who work for Milt. You are being invoiced as associate members this year, so you are paying us $30 instead of the $65 that you paid last year, so that's quite a bit of a reduction. The dues for everyone went down by $5 this year as well. To our Division I friends who are happen to be with us and watching tonight, we do have a $15 membership. That is so you can express your support for the chapter and still participate with us here. We certainly appreciate that as well. Those giving a hand up to all of us folks down this way. The less effort that I have to put into collecting dues, the better off we're going to be. You know, we all have lives outside of football, believe it or not. So don't make it difficult on us. You know, the systems are as automated as they get. For those of you here in the room tonight, I can take your credit card in person if you like, cash, check, money order, and all of that stuff.
Take euros.
I do not take euros, unfortunately. Actually, you know what? I probably could if you did it on a credit card.
Bitcoins.
Bitcoin, I'm not set up to accept. None of that stuff. I think that is all that I have at the moment. Again, I sent out an email kind of explaining one other thing. That is, if I have you billed as an associate member, and then you end up working games that the chapter assigns, such as the Baltimore Nighthawks and so forth, then I will upgrade your membership to a full on-field member and then charge you the difference. So I don't anticipate too much of that, but we're keeping on top of that stuff. So we're still in good financial positions. Because of our members that are paying their dues in a timely manner, it makes life a lot easier for all of us. So that's about all I have. Again, any questions, just shoot me an email.
Speaking of the Nighthawks, the Nighthawks scrimmaged about 2 weeks ago on a very cold Saturday for about 4 hours. Our applicants got a lot of good work, and a few members got some good work and also helped out. I'll say this, I was actually a little disappointed in the membership who had opportunities to come out and help groom the next crop of upcoming officials. And if you ever really want to know how somebody works, get them in inclement weather, because that's when you really know whether you can count on them in the good weather. So I don't really care what the weather is. I was out there for 4 hours, and so were about 20 other people. So I'm going to encourage you next year on probably the second Saturday in March to come on out and help them. Our crews right now, 1 through 4, are scheduled to work the Nighthawks regular season games, which open up April 1st as their home opener. Then there are games on the, I think, 22nd and 29th of April. Then there's another game in May. Those are paid assignments. We are trying to get those crews, particularly that lost games last year, out there first this year to help compensate for what was lost. So look for those assignments to come through Arbiter soon. There's 6 officials on the field, plus a clock operator. And I'll let Mike Peel talk about the other scrimmages that we have coming up.
All right, I've assigned 2 so far. I got 3 more to go. I've tried to bring only a couple staff members, 1 from each position, an RRU, an FSB, and an LH. I didn't get much feedback from anybody. The guys that I did, I tried to assign, and I'm going slow, so sorry if I haven't gotten back to you yet. But I need more staff members. Because we're going to go out. You can work some. We're going to work with the young guys, the new people coming in, and any help is appreciated and noted. So I've got 3 more to go, and I'll be assigning those. I just pulled them up. They are the 1st of April at Lincoln, the 15th of April at Bowie, and the 22nd of April at Bowie. So those are the 3 I have left to go. And for anybody that's written me and said you can't work, you'll probably hear from me soon. And hopefully somebody else can help out too.
Tom, you have anything? No? Okay. Bill Ward sent out an email earlier this week. He's looking to announce all crews on April 15th. We think we can accommodate his request. We have tentative crew lists already made up, subject to some hires to fill some holes. We'll get a small supplemental staff in case some get promoted based on field work over the spring season. Next meeting will be in Annapolis 1 month from today on April 22nd out at Annapolis Clubhouse. Burgers and beer and a bite afterwards.
Can you? April 22nd is a Saturday.
All right, whatever the 4th Wednesday is.
That would be the 26th of April.
26th of April. There we go. Lastly, the board is looking for opportunities for us to get together outside of just these meetings and outside of football. So I've handed out a flyer. The Washington Valor. It's a new indoor team that starts. AFL starts in about 2 weeks. Baltimore also has a team. They will be opening up April 1st or April 7th. The schedule is here. All I'm asking for is if you are interested in any particular game that suits your schedule, put a yes by it and the number of tickets that you might be interested in getting, and we'll see what works out best. In addition, you will see a question on the backside that says, before the May business meeting, do you want to play golf? Yes, no, maybe. If you want to do it, we'll see if we can do it. Again, that's the 4th Wednesday in May. The business meeting will start at 7. We'll introduce our new members, talk business, announce crews, and things of that nature. I have no idea right now the schedule for Catholic, Gallaudet, Lewisburg, and others. They're slow to produce that this year. So that's all of the administrative announcements that we have. Are there any questions before I bring Jonah Monroe up, who will be our guest presenter tonight? And Jonah has looked over some of the film on the website from last season, and he will bring some plays to our attention, good, bad, and ugly, and we'll have a good conversation, and we'll get you out of here tonight. Any questions? All righty. Without any further ado, Jonah Monroe.
Yeah, please.
Is that good?
Yep.
All right. Just real quick, you guys remember Andrew McGrath? He runs a clinic down in Florida now. It's really a grassroots clinic for people just getting into college down in Florida. And it reminded me, I went down there, it reminded me of how lucky we are in this area. These guys are starving for opportunity to get into college football. And we have so many opportunities up here, it's unreal. When you go down there, these guys have been working high school ball for a long time. They've got potential, but there's just no opportunity, period. It's just JUCO ball or you're working Florida, one or the other. You guys should be very, very thankful for what we have here. It's amazing that, they ask me, well, how the heck do you move up through the system if you can't get into, D2, D3, there's nothing around here. I don't know. I have no idea. We're lucky. So, anyway, this is a play from that scrimmage. So I'm going to let you watch it. I want you, this first thing, so what they did is they had GoPro cameras around the field. Some of them were attached to actual officials' hats. Some were just being carried by the clinician behind them. So this particular one was by a clinician, obviously. And I want you to watch the line judge's demeanor. One comment I made to these guys, these are Florida guys, right? They're used to 90-degree weather, and they go to these scrimmages, and they're used to wearing shorts, right? And I'm walking around, and I'm going, I wouldn't hire one of these dudes in these shorts. Their skinny white legs look terrible. And if they had any kind of belly, it stuck out. So I made the comment to them. So it'll be interesting if I go back next year how many actually come back in shorts. But if you're trying to get picked up and they have an option for shorts, don't do it. Please don't do it. Don't represent the area like that. These guys didn't know better. I made them aware of it. I freeze framed a play because one head linesman came in pants. And they accordioned in, and I stopped it, and I said, just real quick, just out of the blue, you tell me what official looks the best up here. And they all looked at it and go, the guy in pants? I said, exactly. So it'll be interesting. Anyway, watch this guy's demeanor on this play, or his movement.
What movement?
All right, right? Exactly. Real nonchalant. Again, these guys are just trying to get into college football, so they're most of them have a lot of green in them. All right, now let's take a look at the actual play.
No, it's come through the projector. That's fine.
Anybody see that?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, let's look at the sideline. So number one, is this legal?
Yes. Yes.
You look like everybody on the field. So what happens is the holder takes it, the kicker comes up, acts like he kicks the ball. The holder simulates that kicking, throws it up in the air. It goes to the tight end. The side judge is standing there going,
What just happened?
he just caught the ball. He's the only one that signals. All right, just out of instinct. So you tell me, what's the rule on this?
So,
Give me some ideas.
so it's a college rule.
College rules.
So he's kneeling on the ground. Yep.
He's on the ground.
So he's there, right?
Nope.
That's high school.
That's high school.
It's high school. Yep. And this is the first time they practiced this apparently because the guys, Andrew and them they worked these practices. So this coach pulled this out of the blue.
The only thing I can think of from the rule book closely resembles that is on a punt play. The kicker throws the ball up in the air, and that takes off DPI.
Good point. So that was the question the guys asked. If there had been DPI on this play, would you be able to call it? No. What's the wording in the rule book? And to be honest with you, I had to look this up.
But a potential kicker, or in this case a holder, simulates kicking the ball, throws the ball high up into the air. The defense is allowed to push and shove the receiver, which would be the gunner in that case.
So here's the deal. You were right in the beginning. Actual wording in the book says kicker. He's a holder.
He's not the kicker. It's designed for a punter on punt plays, is the way they wrote it.
Yep. So, as written, this would be legal because it doesn't say he has to throw it to the kicker. There were some guys arguing that if he's going to stay on his knee and throw it to somebody, he's got to throw it to the kicker. It's not written that way.
Nope.
He just has to throw it. And for DPI, it's off because he's not, or it's on because he's not the kicker. So we could still have DPI. Now you're watching this as a field judge. You see that. Now, somebody gets a hold of this tape. You guys might have that. So now you know.
Is there any potential OPI in that play? I couldn't see it real clearly.
He's just kind of swinging. He swims past the block. He just catches the
Who's it that go, the tight end from the right side goes down?
tight end, yeah.
Yeah, he comes across.
Now you can't have DPI, but you can have what?
What a deal.
Holding. You can always have holding. And OPI still exists because he knows what's going on. It's interesting.
How does the back judge or whomever know that he actually was the one that that it was actually thrown rather than kicked?
That's exactly the argument some guys made. The side judge signaled. How does he know that it wasn't kicked? Because the guy actually looked like he kicked the ball, and it was just kind of flicked.
There's going
So
to
this
have
is
to be
the only
discussion.
person that knows that is who?
Oh, the referee.
The referee.
Yeah.
Right? So it'd have to be a conversation. So if I rule a touchdown, I know this is an unusual situation. What am I going to do? Go to the referee.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to go to the referee. I'm going to go to Strider and say, Strider,
See?
I don't know what the hell just happened. But the ball was up in the air, and this guy caught it, and I rung it up as a touchdown. If you got something else, you know.
John, it could be the other way. People thought it was a kick and didn't make it, so they ruling no good.
That's exactly right. That's the worst problem, right?
It's hard to overcome that signal.
That's really hard.
Yeah.
That is really hard. It's a good play to discuss.
That's a pregame. That's a pregame play right there.
Hopefully you don't have it.
Looks like
Nobody put that on YouTube, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, except it's already on YouTube. Sorry.
All right. So I will start with this game, I guess. Sorry, I gotta scoot forward here. They record the entire game. So who knows or so this is I think the first.
Now, for those of you who know, we don't generally say who the crew is. However, if you want to go to confessional and admit that you were on the game or covering the play, feel free to do that.
Yeah.
And remember, it's Lent, so confession is obviously mandatory.
So I'm gonna say stuff, but just take it. You know how we do up here. Tom is always honest. We're gonna be honest. You just take it and run. I'm just gonna make comments. I'm gonna be picky. That's intentional, just to strive for perfection. All right. But overall, actually, I watched 4 games, and I have to say I was thoroughly impressed with the work that I saw. So I'm going to be picky just because I have to be. But all right, so we have potential IBB at the top there. Yeah, it's hard to see, but it's right here. I can't tell if he's at the shoulder or in the back. But the comment I'll make, it looks kind of in the shoulder, but the comment I'll make is
They were moving a chains.
all right. Yeah. Yeah, there's that. So these guys are moving. All right. Why can't we preliminary signal? Do you not allow that?
No, we absolutely require.
Okay, so we need to see this. I mean, if I'm sitting in the stands and I'm watching you guys, I want to see you do this so I can begin the process. Okay, you had a block in the back, so what are we going to do with this penalty? Otherwise, I have no freaking clue until Studer. If he reports to you blocking the back, don't try and figure out enforcement. Who's supposed to be responsible for enforcement for the most part? Umpire, right? If you need to help out, huh?
I think I was worried about the chains moving.
Oh, well, that's another
That's
story.
what I think
Yeah,
we're
okay. That's another story. Yeah, and then, but afterwards, if you want to help out, if your umpire is slow or whatever, and you want to help out after you announce, that's fine. As of right now, all eyes are on you. After you announce, they kind of just focus on other things. But right now, everybody's focused on you. And we're waiting and we're waiting.
And I'll just note we had a play, right? So something should be here besides our H holding. What's that in the umpire's hand?
I wrote that down. Yeah, no need to carry around this ball, right? What do you do with the ball?
Dead ball spot.
Yeah.
Should be the dead ball spot.
Here we go.
Good. That way, if this crap happens, we can kind of maybe figure it out. But at least you got a ball to go. At least we got somebody holding the spot. That's a good spot. All right, 38.
Can we talk to Lewisburg about
Yep. Go back.
Yep.
This is a stickler that I have. Where did that play end? Where did it end?
Apparently at the 39.
Did it end at the hash,
Oh,
or did it end at the side zone?
it ended over here.
Okay, where's the enforcement spot?
Jim, can you mute
The end of the run or the flag? Neither one of those was on the hash mark.
mute your tablet? Yeah, because
So you go to the enforcement spot, whether it's the end of the run or the flag,
Thank you.
you walk it off there, and if you're left in the side zone, then you bring it in to the hash mark. The rule book doesn't say you go from the yard line of the penalty enforcement spot. You go to the spot. So if that play ended in the side zone or the flag, you see him picking it up, and that's where you're going to enforce it from. The umpire should walk it from there, and then when he gets to the end of the 5, 10, or 15 yards, then you bring it into the hash mark. That is the proper mechanic.
Good with that? Right. So skipping ahead. lot of times people can get tricked in this. All right, good no call for DPI. I can't see the back judge in this frame. We need more cushion over here, in my opinion. All right, and I'm going to make more comments about that here in a minute. We don't have, unfortunately, an end zone view of this game. So watch number 2 at the bottom. Here, watch what he does. Okay, that's a takedown. Grab around the leg, taking him down. Theoretically, he probably could have got to that guy. That's a hold. Okay. Now comes the interesting stuff.
Can we go back and see whose key that might have been?
Yeah.
Because, or who would,
So this is first half.
H is on his side.
Looks like the secondary.
looks like he's the second,
Second guy here.
yeah.
You gonna call that trips though?
I don't know what you want.
No, I mean that's a back.
Right.
This is a tackle. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm guessing somebody's out here.
I think there's a running back behind quarterback.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. So we got single guy up here, 2 up here. So this is back judgment there. Watch your key. Don't get focused on this stuff. Right? Don't get eyes on that. Watch this.
And I'm going to say that, the deep wing on that side, the receiver wasn't in press, there was no press coverage. If you're zoning out, right, you could possibly see that as well. So you can help out. So just because, I always hear, that's my key, but at some point we have to officiate the play. And in that case, there's no reason for the deep wing to move, so just officiate the play and catch a good, easy hole.
That's exactly right. If this were a pass play, you could be helping on, if, let's say this is a press play here, as a deep wing, you could be looking at this until these guys start to engage.
What about the H on that side?
H as well, see, open up your vision as quickly as possible if your key is not directly involved into the play, because you might be able to catch that, and if you get it, that's an attaboy for you.
Yep. Now, if you throw in his key, you might have a conversation with him. I'd be looking at him. Anytime we throw in somebody else's key, we want to give them a shot if we know whose key it was. All right, so this next play, all right, legal block here.
Whoa. Whoa. Dude. Get.
Okay, good job getting in the side zone. Good job breaking them up. How many fouls we got? 2?
I saw 2 flags.
Saw 2 flags. It happens that quick on the field. So you tell me who the fouls are that you saw. Who's the first foul?
You have a late bit. Guy that made the
Okay.
defender.
LTO.
Right, the
Hit the
defense.
secondary edge.
Right, defender wouldn't let him up. Kept throwing him to the ground. Bam, he banged him. I agree with that call. What's the second one?
Retaliation. The other guy coming in.
From where?
It came from the H. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
That was a bench player.
So watch this. So,
Yeah.
and this is what you gotta kind of.
You don't have a helmet on.
This is-
so he's
'cause you're-
definitely a bench
You're
player.
very concerned about this, and what could happen. Because this guy's going in there now.
There he comes.
Okay. Anybody coming in here, I'm hoping somebody's hustling in here. I'm hoping somebody's hustling in here and watching for any other players coming from the bench area to join in this crowd. Okay? Bag judge should be watching these players who are coming to this action as well here. So this guy comes from the bench and gets in that guy's face. That's a foul. Automatic. Right? Everybody in agreement with that? That
Is that a different player? Is that the
shot to the head,
Yeah.
Looks like a third flag.
another automatic foul. Any kind of blow to the head, automatic foul. And he's pulling. I think he already threw his flag.
Yeah.
He's reaching for his other one.
There.
Yeah.
Take your hat. Take your hat. Get that guy. You had him. You pointed to him. You had him. So this becomes a mathematical thing in your head. I've got 23. I've got 36 red. I've got 46 white, and it's tough. I understand this is tough. But we got 3 fouls here.
Well, and do you potentially have a disqualification on red number 7 for leaving the bench area?
So that's a good point.
Okay, we're-
Normally, if somebody leaves the bench area, we're going to eject them. Are we still in the bench area?
Yeah.
we are. There's the 30.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
So we're not gonna go there unless he threw a punch
Answer for that, but
or threw a kick or something like that.
Who do you work for?
Oh, you work for No Ejection Bill Ward.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Bill Ward was at this game. So he knows exactly what went on.
Yep.
You know, the thing to remember for the official getting into the side zone, you want to get to the player who has the different colored jersey and get him out of there.
Yeah.
Don't worry about everybody else. Get that odd player in the wrong color jersey away from the masses as quickly as possible. That's the objective.
Exactly right. That's exactly right. And basically, you know, we don't want to be pushing, all right? But I'm basically on top of them. Like I'm this close, uncomfortably close, right? And I'm walking them out of there. Obviously, if they're throwing blows, you're not getting in there. You are not getting in there. You're just standing back, 36, 47, that sort of thing. But if it's just this kind of action, we can get in there and just put your body right in between because if the guy throws a blow and you're in there, he's an idiot for sure. All right, hopefully somebody will have your back. But Robert's right. So this is one thing that I tell the deep guys in the American, and I had to break them on this year, is anytime a guy goes to the enemy territory, they're busting ass to get them out. I don't care if their teams are best buddies on both sides, and then they're going in. I'm telling him, I want to see you before that coach's tape cuts out. I want to see you there. That's basically our goal. All right. That hopefully prevents some stuff. But. All right. So what do we got? And this is going to take a discussion. We got to figure out all these players. However, we got one dead ball, unsportsmanlike. So we got a mix of fouls here. It's either unsportsmanlike or personal foul. So we have to pick one.
Personal foul that converts to an unsportsmanlike conduct.
It's
I
just
think that's what I was
unsportsmanlike.
signaling.
Okay, well, let's just go with unsportsmanlike.
Yeah.
That's the worst, because that counts toward ejection. So you're going to go with unsportsmanlike. We got on the defense. And I'm fine with that because that was after the play. I'm okay with that. But that's the only foul we enforce. And we know red entered that melee. Very next play. Good job winding, by the way. Very next play, guy gets wrapped up. This guy comes in late. Okay, number 7. Boom, jumps in there late. He's obviously wrapped up. Okay? He jumps in there, gives him a shoulder. Now, what's the rule on target?
In this league, we ain't got it.
Good point. This is something I had to learn. But let's say any league, what is the actual rule? We have two types of targeting, right?
913, 914.
Right, 913, 914. 913 is what? Defenseless. Oh, crown? Crown. Number 914 is defenseless. Defenseless players are, in this case, who would be defenseless?
The runner being held up
Right.
by a defensive player.
Because he's in the grass. So technically he is a defenseless player. A defenseless player cannot be hit where?
At neck.
Or
Yeah, in the head or neck. But what does the rule say about that contact?
Can't launch.
Right, forceful. It's got to be forceful. And if you're Bill Ward, that has to be like infinite amount of force. Guy's head rolls off.
I gotta
There's
say, if
blood
the
on
head
the
doesn't
ground.
come off, it's not.
All right, so we're not going to have an ejection here. However, we are going to have a personal foul. So this is a good job calling something here to try and control this thing. Now, we do call targeting. We do eject this player. Obviously, we know we're not going to do that from now on. But from this point forward, this game is fine. This game is fine. Had we not called that, guess what happens? Right? So I'm giving kudos to the crew. Yes, they missed, two other fouls that we could have called down here. Yes, we shouldn't have called targeting. But in the end, we controlled this game. And I think that's a good job. Because this is potential for semi-pro style inning. Okay. So we learn lessons. That's what we do. Next play.
Well, before we go on, does everybody understand Bill's rationale about why he doesn't want the ejection?
we don't have replay to fix it.
And there's two reasons. One, this junior college league has no appeal. We found that out when they first put the targeting rule in. And we called targeting, we ejected the player, the team sent the film in to Rogers and his committee. The committee said there was no foul. And lo and behold, the league says, guess what?
So?
We don't care. It's an automatic 2-game suspension for a player in that league. If you also understand that at our level, you see these are the types of films that we get. They're really, in most cases, inconclusive. So the big difference between doing this at the end of the foul and not is the player gets to stay in the game. That's the only difference. Because when you get to the upper levels and you do this and something else, and there's a foul, we still enforce the foul, but the player gets to stay in the game. So all we've done is we've shrunk the level of consternation that we're going to get from the coaches. And yes, there is replay supposedly in Division II and III if the team is set up. The referee and the calling official can review the play at halftime or at the end of the game and decide whether we were correct or incorrect. That provision is in the rule book. Most of our schools aren't really set up for that. So we erase all of the confusion with whether the player stays or goes by saying he stays, give him the 15 yards, and everybody moves on. So it's not a question of not believing in player safety. It's not a question of not believing in the rule. It's just an administrative decision to keep things simple at our level. Any questions? All right.
Know who you work for, right? I totally understand the rationale. On that play, by the way, that's going to be personal foul with target. Right? Unnecessary roughness, personal foul, unnecessary roughness with target. If you're going to call target, but we're not going to call target, so it's just personal foul, unnecessary roughness. All right. Very next play. So that's 2 plays that have been tough. Now we got another one. This one's not so tough. I'm just going to make a comment. All right. Next play, another flag. Now, what am I going to say on this play? You think I'm going to make a comment about?
Put the flag in the safe zone.
Thank you. Yep. So what we don't want to do, throw this down, hit it in somebody's eye, and then this junior college game we're working, now we're going to have to make sure we pay our NASO dues so that we're covered when we get sued.
insurance.
Right? I don't care if you throw it right there. I do not care. And I'm sure Strider doesn't care. I don't care if you just drop it at your feet. Okay? Just don't throw it at players. Please don't throw it at players. That's just a lawsuit waiting to happen. Right? That's quick. Now we go. One consistent thing I saw from back judges working these games, we've got a play to the very side zone, and this isn't an isolated incident, but our back judges are not windshield wiping all the way across the field. You see this pass going to the side zone, you need to be coming over and helping your partner with any kind of inside arm grab, whatever. And I'd like you, I mean, Robert may tell you different, but I like to see you clear that field. You're supposed to be the most athletic guy on the field. Obviously, he's lost his cushion. Okay? So I don't know if it's hesitation or what, but we do want to be turned and running and trying to keep that ideal 10-yard cushion at the time of the pass being completed. All right, we got.
Was he doing it the back with the head bob? Is that what he keyed on? Or he
I
just
don't know
let
what
go?
he keyed on, but he's off. Question is there contact before the ball snapped? It's close. We're just going to go with DUF. But I don't see a flag on the ground. It may be there. But the real reason I brought this up, where does this play end up?
Back of the end zone.
Right? We do not have to be stationary right here. As soon as we feel that end line is threatened, not that the goal line is no longer threatened, but that the end line is threatened, we come off and we help out our back judge on the end line. Everybody good with that? Don't just stand here. So ideally right now, he's about 5 yards deep. He's still in his white, which we don't have white here, trying to get an angle on that foot and then watching that ball. Standing here does no good. Good with that? All right.
But before you go on, what's this guy doing? I don't remember where the play started, but he's on his knees, so I know he was there when the play started. That's not good. That's not safe for you if you have to back up and get into that position. Get him back.
It's gonna hurt both of you.
Yeah.
See in the shadow?
Tell him get to the dotted
He's on
line.
mod.
If he says,
He's on a stick.
I don't see a dotted line, keep walking until you find one.
At least get,
Yeah.
when you walk the field before the game, I mean, there's not a lot of room, but if you move those yard markers back consistent and you tell them to stay behind the yard marker because everything in front of the yard marker is yours, that's very easy for you to convince someone to do. And if they've got a $4,000 or $5,000 camera and lens, it doesn't matter if he's there or there, that picture should be about the same.
He could be over here and still be that good.
Now, if he gets out here, he's probably, somebody from the crowd might be walking off with his camera, but
Oh, we do, there it is. So we had DOF.
She will run right back as soon as the play is.
Hey, Jonah,
Yes, sir.
when in doubt, as far as, contact with the lineman, do you prefer to shut it down, or prefer to keep it going, man? Because it's very
Yeah,
close.
you don't know, you give the offense a free play.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're gonna want that. You blow dead, the coach is gonna be up your butt.
well, who's going to call contact?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So the only one that really is going to call contact is the umpire in most instances on that play. Unless, of course, you hear the helmet. I mean, that's another, huge crowd, so.
Obviously, if he gets past the waistline of the end or tackle, you go call undefeated. That's another one you will blow dead. Okay, I think it's the next play.
They don't ever stop the recording, huh?
By the way, this is a small thing, but there's no reason to signal here, right? You got defense side. We're not holding up anybody for defense. If red was substituting, then we'd be stopping or holding the iron cross. But I know the guy came to you with an equipment problem, but hey, man, you got to get off the field.
Would you do that if, the official do that if it's a helmet off?
Yeah, if the helmet came off during play, we're going to stop the clock.
No, I mean, once it's dead, yeah, if it came off during the play, plays dead, the player has to leave for one
Yep.
play. He's gonna give the eye cross for that.
No, he's just stopping play.
Just stop and play.
And we're waiting until he gets out and we get a substitution in.
Okay.
Good question.
That's correct. No equipment timeout.
No equipment timeout. My shoe came off. Sorry. Play with that, out it, or get off the field. Tie your shoe better. All right, so this one, not to confuse you from the last one, there's no reason to leave this paddle. He's 5 yards in the end zone. This inline is not threatened at all. Stay there, get you a nice, good angle on this, and wait for that thing to come in, because watch what happens. Very tight. Maybe he's got that toe down, the right toe down first. Maybe it's simultaneous to the left foot. But we're wiping that out. And now, as an observer, I'm watching this. I'm beating you up because you were moving. If you'd been stationary, I would have said, good call. Right? It's all about being in the right place.
further back, like 2 yards off the line.
Yes.
Once he starts falling towards that line and you're looking for the toe and for the catch, would you step up to the line and straddle it?
Nope.
Or would you stay back in that position and just turn it?
Yeah, you're just gonna turn and look. Why? Why?
Short wings.
Because you got it. Desiree's gonna be right there behind me, and I'm letting her look right down the line, and I'm giving her another angle on it. You good with that? So the cameraman must really like these girls. You know? What's going on here? You must have facial recognition. So, okay.
That was a commercial break.
Okay. Do I zoom out here? Let me see. Okay. What we got? We got 4th down and 2. 4th down and 2. So this is a small thing, right? This is a Todd Reese thing. You should know before every play, I don't care if it's 4th down or 1st down, where you are on the field and where the next line of gain is. If you are a head linesman or a line judge, am I right? That is your. If you're a Todd Reese guy, that is your focus. You better be focused every single play. Now watch what happens. This is just a small thing. Believe me, I'm picking. What does he do? Oh, sorry. What does he do? Right. Now, he's like, well, what do you got? You got this? You got what? If he would have just done this, we could have been rolling. All right? Now, what I will say to the referee is, if your head linesman has a brain fart, maybe he has something going on in the previous game, previous play, and he's still thinking about it, where do you look?
Yeah.
Right? You're going to look to your head
I'm
linesman.
usually looking to the person across from the sticks anyway.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to see the off-field wing, because that's where I'm looking. As a referee, I'm not going over there.
That's exactly right.
I'm just looking over here.
That's right.
As soon as I see that there's nothing going on there, I look over here, and I'm either getting this or this from the off official. And if they say 1st down,
It's a
I'm
first down.
signaling, and we're moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not waiting to go up and overrule and say we're going to measure. Okay?
I can't remember the last time I actually measured.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so if you work with Terry, we never have measurements.
Nope.
Guess what? This year we had 2.
Yeah.
Now, so it's not a never thing, right? But most of the time, look, we're going for that tick.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
As a head linesman, guess what? You know immediately, right? And I'm going, whoever the referee is, Stu. All right? I'm killing the clock immediately. Stu. Bam. Okay?
The other thing, Wings, you can help us out on this, because now we put that ball down there. We're starting that series at the 35.5 yard line, because that's where the ball is. Now, hopefully, the umpire knows better and is putting it on the 35 when we set them up. But make your spot, unless it's a big deal. There's no reason you can't spot that. You can't give them the 35.
In this one, we want a true spot because we had a 1st down. They made it by a 1/2 yard. Don't give them another 1/2 yard over the 1/2 yard. Give them the true spot and be done with it.
If you got 3 yards on it, you're saying we can start with 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
And once we get inside, where do we need to start being true to everything? What do you say?
I think about a 10, obviously.
10, obviously. 10's good.
Just time and circumstance will dictate.
That's a good point.
This is a close game in the 1st half, so give them what they need to have. I mean, we've got 2 officials that are experienced. We should have 2 clips on the chains. If we do our job before the game, we know how far the tick marks are. We've done our pregame work. So that's why you're out there an hour before. So if you do your job, you already know whether the chains are accurate, whether the field has problems. You save your. If you want to shorten your game, do the little things that we're trying to teach you here, and you'll find that your game loses 5-10 minutes easy.
Absolutely.
The one place I don't want you to put the ball is in the 10.5, please.
Unless you have a half the distance of the goal from the 21.
Yeah,
and then you're
but
gonna do what you-
please, let's not start a series on the 10.5 because I really don't want to measure for a first down at the half-yard line.
All right, we got a good play here. Ball's gone. RPS. Good RPS there. Okay, now we go to a little bit later in the game. All right, so Robert just talked about speeding up the game a little bit. This is not what you want to see. One, two. I mean, it just looks terrible, right? It's not that, nobody's going to notice that except us. All right? But just if you got to run it in, run it in. Don't be threatening players and all that crap.
And I'll say this, as a referee, I do not mind touching the ball. And in this case, there's nobody out here with the referee, so maybe the referee to the umpire away from the traffic is the better way to rotate the ball that time. That's another way, especially when we're only working, 6 or 7 man mechanics. If the referee helps spot the ball, will help move the game along.
Yeah, definitely. Terry learned that this year. All right, next play. Low, high.
Yep.
Center goes low, right guard goes high.
Good guess.
Great job.
Good guess.
All right, so that's all I had from this game, unless somebody else has anything they need from this game. Otherwise, I'm going to go to. Was this like some kind of bowl game? This SU Carnegie?
It was.
Okay. First of all, the video is much better. Okay. This time I'm going to ask for a show of hands. If you say foul, I want you to raise your hand. Not on this play, I don't think. Maybe this is- Hang on. Anything.
What are we even looking at?
Oh, sorry.
I'm not even sure what we were looking at there.
Sorry.
Out here.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Ball's right here now. Ball's right here now. All right, so a couple things. Number one, why is he suspect? Why is he suspect? He's not playing the ball. All right, so if you're going to call DPI, you're going to put it in that category. Not playing the ball with what? Early contact. So, does this look like a lot of contact? It doesn't look like a huge hit. But if you're not playing the ball, your threshold goes like this. Okay? Yes, it has to have an effect on the player. But do you think it has effect on that player right there trying to catch that ball? What do you think? It's hard to tell.
I don't know.
It's hard to tell. I will say the positioning of the bag judge is good. Only thing is, a couple of times in this game, he's flaring out this way, where he should be flaring out that way, toward the goal line. Always try and go toward the goal line if you're going to flare. Okay. All right. What am I going to say, Desiree? This is you, right? Where'd she go? Okay. This is you, right? What am I going to say to you on this?
For me to step up.
Exactly. You can step up one and just stop. That's fine. Just so you're, well, no, you're the headline, so that's it. So, one step. Now, you do immediately realize what you did and you turn. So that's good. All right. Small things. Small things.
Can you go back?
Yep.
Is the motion guy cracking? Is he missed? Is he do?
He's definitely going to hit that line,
I think he misses though.
and he whips. And this is not Arena. He can hit him. Right? Arena, I don't think they can crack down on line.
He didn't hit the second guy that was engaged either.
Yeah. All right. 826. Let me go to sideline view.
Right there's a cuts through. So
Yep.
is that what we're looking at?
So we're looking at this player here. Not much. Just a tug. So it's a good no call in my opinion. This is nothing, right? They can beat him up all day. As long as he doesn't go to the ground. The last one we got to clear. It's right here. We'll see this from the end zone. So he is eventually double teamed. The question is, did he get held before that? So we'll see. Whose man is it? You guys are working 7. So we're looking right in here, right? Wait for the speed.
Yeah, a little tuck there.
Do you get off of that because of that double team? What do you think the philosophy is on this? Here's the deal. If you go, you don't call it.
Yeah.
All right. It's just one of those you're just gonna lay off.
You might write at the right time on your card that you
Yeah.
passed on it.
Yep. He's eventually double team. Okay. All right, so who's got this quarterback?
That's the referee.
Right, it's a referee, and this is a good no call on that. But what can he not be hit? Where can he not be hit? Right? They added this in, even though he's throwing a backward pass, right? He's still defenseless. Good legal hit on the quarterback. On the sideline view, you can see the referee still on this. He didn't leave that too early, so that's good.
It's looking right in there.
And he signals first down from back there watching the players.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who
Who is that guy? He's too good for this league.
Okay. So, another judgment call for you. What do you think?
The action on the end?
Yep. Action on the end.
He's going the wrong way. He gets red.
I ain't
Did he turn or did he?
I ain't got nothing.
That's it. You got it. Spun in the zone. That's in. That's on him.
Yeah.
All right. If you kept trying, and then he got spun.
Almost looked like he did because he had a full range of motion.
Yeah.
It wasn't a slowdown. It wasn't a pause.
Right. He realized I'm not going to get there. He spun.
He went in
tried
chase
to-
mode. Yeah.
Exactly.
Sure.
So good no call on the hold there. And watch what happens here. He wants this. Damn it, that's a hold. That's a damn hold.
All right,
Hold,
Sherman.
damn it. All right.
Coach your team, Sherman.
Now this is a veteran, obviously, because he's addressing this coach immediately. No, he spun out on his own. It's not a foul. Good job. All right, don't just ignore him.
What's the score at this point? Close.
This is actually a good game.
The score was bad at
Oh.
the end.
Never mind. Maybe it's the
Oh,
next
yeah.
game. Guy that game that I was watching. Okay.
Say because Sherman, when he's in a close game, he usually leave you alone.
Well, he was fine that game. Both coaches were good.
Say my very first game in Silver Chapter, he was beating up on somebody 66 to nothing. He was all over me the entire time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
Now, if you're in this room, don't say anything. Okay? But if you're the back judge, I've been watching this game, and both these teams have been running all day. You hadn't had to do shit all day except rule on that very beginning possible passing plays. That's it. So it's going to piss me off. Let's say I'm the referee on this crew, or really the umpire on this crew is who's going to be pissed off. When a play like this happens, you just stand there and look free and pretty.
Ball, layup.
You don't come up try to help. You don't come spot the ball. You don't hustle. You're going to make that man run 20 yards to spot that damn ball. That's ridiculous. If that were me and I were on Terry's crew, I probably wouldn't be on the crew next week. That's how pissed off he gets about this stuff. Come help. If it happens to be right here, guess who can spot it?
Deep win.
Hustle. This looks like a cold game. You know what I do in there in cold games?
Keep moving.
Exactly. Thank you.
Look at the wind, the wind chill that
I know.
was.
There is absolutely no reason to keep your cushion during a dead ball.
Sunday, wasn't
All right, enough about that.
it? Yeah, Sunday.
This is a really good play here. And a good job by the officials. Good position right here, exactly where you should be. I'm glad he's actually trying to get warm again, coming down a little bit. Slips, falls, ball right on the goal line. Thinks about it, touchback. Perfect. My God, that's perfect. And it's close. He didn't go too fast. I mean, the other team sees him roll out, they're going to want him on the one. Good job. See, I got good things to say too. Not all beaten up.
Hey, Jonah,
Yes, sir.
if you put the ball on the one, what are you doing?
So you should be coming in at the one.
No, I know, but I mean, I'm sort of asking the whole group.
Oh.
Aren't you penalizing the defense for just making a great play? So give them the benefit of the doubt.
Absolutely. He's got to get that ball completely
There you go.
out. Obviously out.
By pinning them on the one, you know, or on the half-yard line, you're just penalizing the defense from having just made a good play.
Everybody good with this? Did they say anything wrong?
Yeah.
Not
exactly legal formation.
Yeah, what's going on there? He's not even on the
This
hip of
is
the sign.
exactly why. If I were Robert Strauger, I would say every pregame, don't you call DOF. Unless that man is in the backfield, don't you call DOF. Okay? Is he offside? Barely. If at all. Now you're going to stop my game, add a minute to me, because you're going to call DOF. As a Lions person, I'm telling you, Terry will eat you alive for the same exact thing. Now, here's the difference. If he begins to move before that ball snap, he's in. Then you bang him. He's in. Everybody good with that?
Well, on that, one of the coaches did say something, but the line just said the center moved the ball up a little bit, so that's why he wasn't calling.
Well, he did call. That's why I have this. The DOF was called. That's why I wanted to point this out. That's how finite this looks on the film. Or on the field, it might look big to you, but it's really not.
Do we see the signal on this one?
No, I don't think we get any signals on anything.
Because it almost looks like the offense was in an illegal formation. Because those guys weren't up breaking.
It's
They
a
weren't
definite talk
They
to.
weren't on the hip.
Yeah. That's a definite talk to.
Okay, you see what I'm saying? So is the flag for the defense? Or is it for
Okay, well, let's
offense?
see.
Let's see where we next snap the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I made a mistake and went too fast here. Let's see, this is 46. Let's see where we end up.
Just curious. I mean,
Yep, no, that's a
It
good
was
point.
kind of a funky
point.
looking formation.
I might have assumed here. I just saw this. No, he turned. That's right. Defense.
Or they declined the foul because the play ended up at about the 49 too.
Who would decline?
Well, was it a first? I don't know if they got. You can't see the sticks over here.
Well, defense wouldn't have declined. I can tell you that.
Yeah, you said, but you
No,
said
it's
DO, but you said DOF.
No, he was asking if it was illegal formation.
Oh no.
It wasn't. It's obviously not illegal formation.
I think the sticks were set up like 1st and 10 or something, so they got 5 yards. They were going to take the, they're going to take the 5-yard penalty and replay 1.
All right, I'm going to show you another interesting kick play. This again is an extra point.
Hef says don't pick fly shit out of the pepper.
Actually, it's a field goal. So what? Once you watch right in here somewhere. What is his purpose? And I'm gonna go to the end zone. Okay. So there's two different things you got to look for, and I'm not saying this is one or the other. If he reaches over and pulls down, and we have a shooter,
Ball and shoot.
we got to pull and shoot. If I can get my hands on him, push him down, we got a shooter, we got nothing.
You back there, sir, Andrew?
There's a distinction that you have to make. And it looks like he gets on top. All right, but that's something like if you're watching pregame on who is it, Salisbury? Or no, who's that?
Carnegie Mellon.
Carnegie Mellon. You'd be looking for that during the game. I'm telling that guy, you can push him down, but you can't pull him. We did it several times this game, actually. They never did block a kick, so we're all good. Okay. I think it's the next play. Okay. So, anybody see anything on that play?
Stuff. There was action in the middle.
Right. There's something going on in the middle, right? I don't know what it is. Now, watch this view.
You got hit by the wrong guy.
Yeah, I'm good with that. We're all good. Problem is, we need, make sure we're focused here. I can't tell if he's looking there or not, but make sure, guys go to your feet. We let that go to these guys, and we take this, right? Watch what happens. Right? Grabs him, pulls him. All right, so we got what kind of foul? Dead ball, personal foul, face mask. And
Would you announce it as a personal foul face mask or just as UNR? Because dead ball, by definition, of face mask is a live ball foul, right?
Dead ball. Face mask.
I don't know why you couldn't have it.
Yeah.
Because if you face mask a runner who's crossed the goal line, the play is over, but
Yeah.
you can still have a face mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he may not intentionally, going to kind of do that, but you're safe to go with the face mask. Either way, it's the same.
They know what it is. Yeah.
Right.
That's the beauty of it.
All right, I think I have one more play on this game. It was windy.
Yes.
So watch 65. Oops. Sorry. All right. What do we got right off the bat? You know, outside grab here. No foul yet. Now we got a one-arm bandit, and the runner gets fouled. So what we got here? Oh,
Need for a center judge.
Yeah, there you go.
there you go. There's your argument.
You were probably straight line on that.
This is tough. You got this guy looking through here.
That's what I say. That's
You
the
were
one
straight
where-
line. You were straight lined on that through the quarterback.
They're not going to see.
Yeah.
But it is a hole. It is a hole. If you weren't center judge at any scrimmages, that's what you're looking for. Because he's not your tackle, but your tackle is clear. You're not going to focus on this. You're going to go to the inside, focus on this. Just anybody working center judge, that's how your eyes would move on this. Everybody good? Y'all need a break or we good?
It's 8:23.
How much more do you have?
I got another game.
Let's put another check. 20 minutes.
I'll go through this one. So this is Gallaudet, debt, I believe. First thing right off the bat, what am I going to tell this side judge?
Straight on.
Exactly. Where's he going? When are we moving here and here? Right. When the kickers get past you, then we start to drift downfield. Don't move too early. Okay. All right, so this is the game that I was thinking of. So watch this. Again, I think it's a side judge. I started this in American, but I think this is now nationwide. At least at the Division I level. Nobody is backpedaling anymore. All right? You might as well take that out of your repertoire. Because you're going to get beat.
Just try and run.
Just like this guy does. I'm going to show you at least 3 instances. If you're backpedaling, these kids are 21 years old, they're going to outrun you backpedaling. So what everybody's doing is they're starting sideways. They're still doing their 2-step drop, read the play, but as soon as they read pass, they're getting threatened, they're turning and running. And then we're officiating like basketball with their head over our shoulder. So here's like, you know, we'll find out how many people adjust to this, right? Are you willing to adapt? Because that is way too freaking close. Let's say he makes that catch. You gonna look at ball? You gonna look at feet? Because you certainly can't look at both. That close. Okay. I'm going to tell you also, Greg Steve popped his Achilles this year, right? I've known 3 back judges to pop their Achilles. I've known James Coleman to pop his Achilles, Keith Washington to pop his Achilles. You backpedal, and you keep backpedaling, that is putting a strain, a major strain on that Achilles. Because you know, doing the actual motion, yes, you're straining your Achilles, but doing that to stop, that to go forward, you are putting a major strain on your Achilles. Maybe if you run sideways, I add 10 years to your career. Who knows? But I'm definitely not backpedaling anymore at all. Now, when the ball comes in, I swivel hip to get that angle. All right, so I am doing that, but I'm not backpedaling all the way down the field. Sorry for the color change. I have no idea what's going on here. I think they got an electronic field.
It's a compression.
What's he looking at?
These guys head up and look at the ball.
Sure looks like he's looking at the ball a bit. Still looks like he's looking at the ball. Still look like he's looking at the ball. Now you go ask him, hey, did he signal? You might have caught it, you might not have. Be very careful of this. Do not look at the ball. You can look at it right now to see where it's going, to kind of get a feel. After that, you cannot take your eyes off number one. You will save yourself a lot of trouble. And guess what happens here? Right? Somehow he caught this ball. So everybody's okay. But technically that's KCI. Right? Be careful. Okay, now we go sideline. Tip, tip. Goes out in front because we got poor filming. But this is too close. Again, too close. Let's say he catches that on the fly. Done. You are toast. You are toast.
So is the back judge.
Yeah. Yeah, he slowed down too. That's a tough one where it's juggled like that, but still. Don't give up your cushion. Umpire again.
Safe zone.
Safe zone. Right, we get incorrect mechanics now for this. There's a spot right there.
Looks like that.
I mean,
Yeah, that's.
right? Who am I thinking of when I see this play? Those damn SEC guys. They've actually gotten a lot better. But look, I mean, they're on top of it. Now let's say he catches that and dives for the goal line. Right? Just make it a point. That's all. Okay. He could signal right now.
What's he looking at?
You have to have a laser focus on that returner as a back judge. Now watch what happens. Now who's got the right of way? Returner. Right? If that guy just happens to be running downfield and that returner runs to get the ball and he just runs into him, that's a foul for KCI. So Could be case, yeah, luckily, again, anomaly, caught the ball. This one we miss most of the time. That's, you know, this guy's head's going to be this big when he walks out of the room. Most of the time, oops, this one might be the next play. Yeah. Is it this one? Yeah. Most of the time, we're looking for that defender to grab that guy's face mask, and we miss that. Right? And he sure does turn it. Face mask on the offense.
Is that what you call
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll confess to that one.
All right, so let's see.
I gotta make a revision to the crew list.
It's too good for this league.
Now this one,
He needs to get picked up.
maybe I can dig him on. Let's see. We can. Ball's gone. 1, 2, not.
Wait, let me see what the defender does after.
After?
Yeah, just let it. I was waiting for him to do this.
he hits him and he loves it. What do you think, Robert? If you saw this, since you see this again. Too close.
Play again. 1.
Yeah.
That's real close.
I mean, the quarterback does throw the ball late, and Gallaudet runs a lot, so.
Oh, come on. Here's the deal. Here's what I would say.
He didn't really need
Right. Right there, he knows. He's looking right at him. He knows. This is a little different than the guy wrapping him up.
Yeah.
Not knowing he got rid of the ball or not. This was a little different. He knows he's going to pop his ass anyway.
Yeah, but he figured if I ran that far, I'm gonna hit somebody.
Right. Robert's still up 1.
Did you think about it?
Huh?
Did you think about it on that?
I don't think so.
It's close.
Okay. So watch right here. IBB, yes. Are we going to call it?
Hell no.
No. Why? Ball's done,
It's over.
right? Player wants it, right? Well, what do we have to be doing here?
You gotta go clean that up.
Earn your money, right? He's still in there. He's still in there, and we're going to get a ball. That's we can't let that happen, right? So I want to see you in here next time, getting the player out. Everybody good with that? We're going to end on right on time. Now, we allow our head linesman to make that call, correct? Okay, and
Was it a backward pass?
line judge throws up his arm. And he's got that, right? That's his call. But this is also a good job. Now, I would say make it more crisp, not just halfway up. That's a good signal to me.
Gonna punch, then punch.
Good job getting out of the way. Now, here's the deal. Pop. What are we doing with the clock?
Line that bad boy.
Right it up. Saving those 10 minutes.
Yep.
Okay.
Did not earn a
So
sideline.
So we're letting him. We're killing that. The difference in that, philosophy-wise, is if we're in a minute left to go in a quarter, or I mean a half, and he's trying to get out of bounds, we kill it. Okay, we kill it. Now I'll show you one here in a minute.
But I will say, I like the sideline control. The players are back.
Yep. Yeah, everything was clean.
That's a good job there. It helps protect you on those type of plays. And the back judge needs to get a hat that stays parallel to the ground.
Weighted brim.
Again, yes. Again, you need, if your receiver takes you over here, start moving that way. I'm not telling you to get here. I'm just telling you to kind of come over a little bit. Because now you're in the middle of the field. He's all the way over. How are you going to rule on KCI when he's passing numbers? Right? So there's nothing restricting you to be there, just so you know. Okay. Anybody see a hole? Who? Far left.
You
Right here?
you get the left guard.
Right here? I don't see anything here. I don't see anything here.
He got overpowered.
I don't see anything here. So now you've declared that there's a hole. Now I gotta find. Do I see anything big enough here to call? Make them huge. And seriously, I'm not just blowing smoke. All these games, like 90% of the fouls were great. 95% of the fouls were great. Just make sure you make them huge. Okay. Right? It pops out at everybody right now. What the hell happens on the field? Right? Totally out of play, totally unnecessary. Who's going to get them?
Somebody back here.
Sure.
Back judge. Because when I go to the end zone, side judge has this crap going on. Why is he throwing his hands up in the air? You know, he or she is looking in here. He's looking in here. That happens back here. Pop. Bang nose. We save a lot of headaches. Watch the end. Right here. Who's got? There's nobody out here, right? You tell me if you got a hold. Would you say that's a hold?
That's a takedown.
It's a punt. All right. Take down like this. Bam. And we're going to do what with that foul? PSK, right? As long as B has it, we're good. Okay? But that's one you want to get. And I know it's tough because it's however long downfield, but that looks pretty damn big to me. We got an unusual one here. Pooch. What's he do?
He
Fair
signals,
catch?
yep.
So now what cannot happen? Can't be hit. Right? Can't be hit. And they can't interfere with this opportunity, obviously.
They can't get in the.
And this guy stops. Boom. Stops. Boom. Muffs it. Boom. They scramble. But we got no foul. Got crashing. Dead. Good job. It's an unusual one.
John, just to refresh, one bounce allowed, right? For the fair catch.
Yeah, one.
Just like kicking it straight off.
Straight off the tee.
You said he bumped it as well?
So,
He did muff it. He did muff it. If it goes up, he still gets a chance to catch it. But if it just goes down, I mean, that's. So, we had a couple plays where last week it was really unusual. Bounced off the guy's chest, went directly forward, right to the defensive guy who's standing right there, and the defensive guy goes like that. That is not a foul for an opportunity. All right, he lost his opportunity when that ball bounced through that way. If it had bounced up, then he can continue to muff it, continue to try and catch it all the way. Where are we going to put the ball, though?
Back where he signals.
Right. What? Who said
Where he touched it.
Yes. Where he touched it.
Yeah, not where he signaled. Back at first touch. I'll call you. Yeah, where he first touched it.
Watch right here. Who's going to be looking there?
Short. Wait, the guy further up. Oh, that would. That's a back judge.
What we got here?
Clip.
Clip. All right. So we should see that here, and potentially here.
So rarely ever see a true
Back judge might get it.
Yeah.
Back judge can see that. Yep. Yep.
You know,
That's the one you want to get, man.
No, it's not. It's not.
Cruise safety. 2 more plays and we're out. It's hot as hell.
You got that fancy jacket on.
Yeah. Okay. Oops. Okay. Catch. Right? Stuck it. Turns. Got a catch. Sticks it out. Fumbles it.
Do we have anything down here?
He's got a jersey off the guy's shoulder.
Okay, now we come up. Wind it. So here's the deal. Forward fumble out of bounds. Walk me through the process. Think about it. He's running to the sideline, gets hit, ball goes forward, out of bounds. What are you going to do first? Beanbag here. Then what are you going to do? Kill the clock. Okay? Are you coming up here where the ball's out? Why not? That's where the ball is out. Right? But what are you going to do? You're going to come back here. You're going to tell who? Strider, we got a forward fumble out of bounds. He'll turn on his mic. Ball was fumbled forward out of bounds, be brought back to the spot of the fumble. And that is critical here. Because what is that right there?
That's the line of the game.
Okay. And sadly, Gallaudet does not have a microphone. So.
We're working on it.
No, actually, I've told them that they should.
They can
use
caption on the
microphone, but
scoreboard.
Caption the scoreboard.
The SID is actually on board with that. It's just getting the administration to do it.
So,
Actually, I got to reach you back.
we're at the end of the game.
I'll sell it to him.
Close to the end of the game. We've had not crap on a deep wing all day. Guess what happens? Crap happens. You see no potential for anything here. He hands off the ball. You say, all right, $200 today, I'm out. Then this shit happens.
Dude.
Ooh. Do you want to miss that? No. No. You want it, would you please? This, in any other league, could be targeting. But for you, it's just what? Unnecessary roughness. Okay? Blow to the head.
Don't say blow to the head.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's UNR. That's all it is.
He lowers his head.
That probably meets the definition.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanted to take a picture and say that this is, TGT, you could probably make that case, yes.
Yep. So, never,
Make the call, Bill.
if you're bored at side judge, field judge, just keep imagining this play in your head. As soon as you're out there, you're going, man, there's nothing shit going on. Think about this play. Think, oh, maybe that'll happen this play. Okay? All right, so if there's any questions, I'll let you guys go. I can go on and on and on. Anything?
I just wanted to dispel the myth that the back judges are the most athletic.
Yes.
You propose.
You got Snickers?
Not true.
Have Snickers?
I used to run a 4.2 in the 10.
Used to.
When you were 10. I know when I got it.
In the 10 yards.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
All right. We don't get a lot of film from a lot of our games, but I do certainly appreciate the fact that Jonah this week and Todd last month has actually taken time to review our games and our film. It's not somebody else making a mistake. It's us learning from ourselves and getting better. And that's really what we want to do, is get better, more consistent. Even those of us who end up, working at a high level are not perfect. I never claim to be perfect, but I try to make my mistakes when they don't really affect the outcome of the game or someone's career. And then, I'm fortunate enough to end up working in a great stadium, Penn, where the relays are, great facility. But, consistency, doing what you're asked will help you do those things. Any other questions, concerns? Drive safely. We'll see you next month. And pay those dues.
Thank you.
You can drop off your sheets if you have them with you. I'll pick them up.